Alrighty, so here is a little bit of a breakdown of oils, of doing like oilation. So we've body brushed, right? And we want to do some oilation because our skin is dry. Maybe if we're pitta, we're excess pitta, then our skin is going to be over dried and maybe even more sensitive too. So the reason that we use oils instead of creams that you can get, like creams from everywhere with all kinds of stuff in them, right? Oil is what our body needs. Our body needs the fat. So you want to try to get oils that are more pure, okay? If you get a jojoba or jojoba oil, okay? You can get them from anywhere. Health food stores, things like that, on Amazon if you want to do that. But the thing about the jojoba oil is that it's good for the skin and everything. It comes from a nut, from a seed, sorry. And it's a neutral oil. So it is one that's not said to be activating, heating, or cooling. It's like a nice neutral oil. It's a lighter oil, so it would be good if you're more Kapha type, if you do want oil. But generally, if you're a more Kapha type, you have enough oil, enough lubrication, and we're trying to activate it to sort of liquefy some of that mucus, or liquefy some of the fat. So I'll leave that completely up to you. If you're a Vata type, more air type, then oilation is going to be your best friend. If you're a more Pitta type, then we tend to have some water and a little bit of that sort of oily sense. So a lighter oil or a cooling oil might be good, which would be your coconut oil. So I use a coconut oil on my body every day, especially in the summer. Because being a little bit more Pitta, that's the Pitta time of year. So I want to cool my body a little bit more, calm the system a little bit more because it's in activation mode. So coconut oil is cooling and it's very nice. It gets to the skin. It's also good fats, so it gets to the skin. It's also an MCT oil, so it's said to cross that blood-brain barrier and be the good fat for the brain that we need. So I oil my body everywhere. Once I'm done the dry brush, I put oil everywhere, okay? And then I go in the shower. And you might be like, why the heck would you oil before you shower? Because the heat from the shower, sometimes I do it opposite, but I'm not going to go there right now. The heat from the shower helps to drive the oils in the skin. The skin is our biggest organ and it absorbs, right? So if it's absorbing all of those, extra creams that has all this stuff in it, then we're like putting plastic on our skin essentially, right? And we aim to be more holistic, more natural, right? If you're doing this cleanse, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something like that. So that's why we do it, so that the oil can drive into the body. And then I tend to use just regular natural soap on my body. I get some soaps often from Devon in town. So I can't remember the name of her soaps, but she sells them at the flea market. So if you are in Sturgeon, I know everything's closed at the moment, but if you're watching this video after and we're open, woohoo! So it's more natural oil, or more natural soaps, I should say, with usually like shea butter, sometimes coconut oil, and different essential oils. So then I wash my body with that, and then when I dry, I just sort of like pat dry, okay? Now on the face, what do you use on the face? Sometimes I use a castor oil on my face. Castor oil is more heating, more warming. So if I find that I'm very Vata at the moment, really, really dry, then I use castor oil. I even use this when my lips get really dry, and I just put it directly on my lips, and it's amazing how it absorbs really fast, and it's almost like you do it in the morning, and by the end of the day, like your lips are very lubricated and they feel good. So sometimes I use this on my skin. I would also tend towards a fractionated coconut oil on my skin. I don't use any creams or anything like that. Like I said, just oils pretty much, and soap. Okay, so I use a fractionated coconut oil. I get this one from doTERRA. There's different fractionated coconut oils you can use, and this one, the reason it's said that it drives into the skin better. Okay, I usually use it with a couple of drops of frankincense. Frankincense is said to be one of the powerful oils. It's also doTERRA. So if you're interested in more oil stuff, let me know. I can send you off to somebody who knows a crap ton about the oils and who will really help you out with that. But frankincense is what I tend to use, a couple of drops, and then a little bit of the coconut oil, and I rub it all over my face, and it feels so good. And that is it for oilation, if that's something that you choose to add into this cleanse. All right, that's all.